Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Klopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons. Probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and at the end of the lesson, and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I already learned this song by listening to it by ear, just from a YouTube thing.
Today?
No, a couple weeks ago.
Oh.
But because I knew we were doing it, and so it's very exciting.
Yes.
And I really love the song.
Yeah,
so,
well, and it's really repetitive too. So even though it's crazy fast and it's really hard to play, there's just a really short part of it that you need to know. So
yeah, I practiced it over and over. It took me forever.
Yeah, learning the notes, that's not bad, but getting it up to speed with the track and stuff, nah. It can be a beast, but we'll get into it. No problem. And Klopple's here, and he's always wanting us to move along, and especially on songs like this that might take, it might take a little bit of time. We need to make sure we get into this stuff. So let's check out our first notes here. We're going to need 3 Ds in a row, but as you can tell, the third one, there's something weird about it. So first thing, let's find a D. In order to find a D, you're going to take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones right there, or those ones right there, or those ones right there. Any of those would totally work. I'm going to use these ones right here, and we're going to play the note that's in the middle, and that's a D every single time. So you don't even need to know that it's a D, really. You just need to play the note that's in between 2 black notes, and that's the first D that you're going to play. And actually, that's the second D that you're going to play as well. So we're going to play 2 of those, just like that, and we're going to say the words take, So we're going to play take, just like that. Go ahead and try that on your own. Take, And then if you found that D, we need to find a D that's higher than that, because as you can see, this next D is going to be way, way up. So we need to go up. It's going to be about 8 notes up to find your next D. And I just went to the next group of 2 black notes up here and played the note that was in the middle right there. So we're going to play 2 of these and then jump up to this one. So they're all Ds, but the last one's going to be way, way higher. And that's when we're going to say the word deep. So you should practice that on your own, just playing take a deep. And as you can tell, I use 2 different hands for those notes because it's so far away. Now, if you're a really advanced player, you might want to use your thumb on this one, take, and then use your pinky on that one to play it all with your right hand. And if you got really large hands, you can reach them at the same time, which is kind of cheating, but you know, whatever. Take a deep. Now, next we're going to need an A. So in order to find an A, 2 different ways you can do this. Either one, just believe me, you can jump down 3 notes. So go down 1, 2, 3, and that would be an A. But if you want to count backwards through your alphabet, that would be a D, that would be a C, that would be a B, and that would be an A. So that's going to be an A. And then after that, you need another A, but it's a kind of a funky version of an A. So this one right here has an A with like a little, I don't know what this is. It's like a half of a heart on a string. But it's a flat sign. In music, we call that A flat. So that just means play not the A, but the note that's slightly lower than an A, just slightly to the left of an A. That's going to be this note right here. That note is an A flat. It's like really close to an A, but it's a little bit lower than that. So it's going to be an A flat. So first we play the regular A, and then we play the A flat right there. So all together you would have take a deep breath, face. All of that right there, and it's gonna go crazy fast when we play along with the track. So the track's gonna go something like this. If we just listen to the track, it could go like this. So that's the speed of the track right there. Yeah, so eventually we're gonna have to go bum 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 ba da bum. So if you listen to the track, you're like, what? That's crazy fast. You're right. It is crazy fast. Don't worry about the track for a long, long time until you practice this thing up. Next, after that, we're going to go to a G, and then an F, and then a D. So let me show you how to find those. Last note that we played was an A flat. If you just drag that slightly to the left, you land on a G. And if you go one more to the left, you land on an F. So it just kind of like goes in a line here, like this, right there, from the A flat to the G to the F. Then the next note should be an E, but they skip over an E. So you're not going to play an E right here. You're going to skip over it and go to that D right there. So, a deep breath, face the con, not the E, but the D, sa. We're almost done with the whole entire song, actually. Last thing we played was a G and an F. We're going to play a G and an F again, because after it plays G and F and goes down to D, then it comes right back up and plays the F and the G. So we're going to play G. If you haven't played very many of these songs before, you are not ready to go all the way through the entire first line. It'll take a lot of practice. But once you practice it, you should be able to come back to this recording, or if you're in the archives, just pause the video right now and practice this thing until you think that you're ready. And then we'll all play it together, starting on this D right here and going up to this D right here. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath. Face the consequences. All right, maybe we don't go with the track so much.
I'm trying.
Track. No, I know it's weird not having the clicks in there. So take a deep breath, face the consequences. That's the way that whole thing is going to sound. And then really good news, because all you have to do after that is repeat all of this. That all comes back right there, and right there, and right there. Those are all the exact same thing. All they do is they change the first 2 notes. So on the first line, they play D-D, which is D-D. And then ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then after that, on the next line, they're going to do the exact same thing, but start on a C, which is just the next note down. So we're going to play C-C instead of the D-D and play the exact same thing up here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. And then on the next one, you're going to go 1 note to the left and play 2 Bs right there. Ba-bum, ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. All that stuff that's over there. And then the very last one's going to be a B flat, which I think you could probably find at this point, because you know that this was a B, and flat means the note that's slightly lower than that. So that one right there would be the B flat. So 2 B flats, and then that thing. And if we play that all together without the track, it would sound something like, well, of course, if you're in the archives, then you can play along with the track because you've got the track. And also, you can pause the video and practice this as much as you need so you can play all the right notes with us. But let's try this all together. If you're live with us, just get the notes that you can. Don't worry about the rest, even if that's only just the first 2 Ds. Let's go 1, 2, and a 1, 2, 3, 4. No, without the track. Good try. Good try. Sorry. One more time. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Take a deep breath. Face the consequences. I may not know what your stupid deal is, but even as the world falls to pieces, I will not break, won't be, oh no, not break, won't be defeated. Oof, yeah, so I messed up the words down here, but that's kind of the idea. And if you're thinking, wait a second, there's another part that goes on top of that part, even though that thing, there's another part that goes, and if you know that part and you're like, wait, I want to play that part too, that's fine. But that is part 2, and that's all down here, right there. So we're not going to go through all of those note for note, but if you understand how to do the first entire section, I'm sure this one will not be too difficult for you. I'll play through all the notes for you so you can come back to the video and watch this. But it would go, broke it down and dragged it out. So that's just a bunch of Fs and a D. And then did exactly what you weren't supposed to. And then took the love all for yourself. Brian, that's a lot of notes. Last line would be, now you reap what you've sown. Okay, so that's all of that section, but those are all really crazy fast, and you don't have to do that. It's like learning an entirely separate song, because what they do is they play this, and then another instrument plays another song on top of that, another instrument plays another song on top of that, and they keep layering and layering and layering, and we only got 2 hands. So we could play the first 2 sections, but then we're out of hands. But what we're not out of is weekly activities. Kendra, tell us all about it.
This week is the bass clef spelling, and if you write the names of the notes, they all spell words. Find the words and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points for my mascot penguin Kloppel. This week is the bass.
Okay, and that's kind of a tough one actually for most piano players because we're used to the treble clef stuff. So it's really good practice for the bass clef. That's something called sight reading and music theory. But right now we're going to do something called ear training. Today we're playing Wedding Wars, which is one of my favorite ones just because of the title, actually. This is almost as fun as, what's the other one that we, knock an old man down or something. What's that one called? I forget. Anyway, Wedding Wars. We're going to play 2 songs for you. Either I'm going to be playing the wedding song that goes, or I'm going to be playing the Star Wars theme, which goes, you're thinking, easy, no problem. I can tell the difference between those 2 songs, but the trick is I'm only going to play 2 notes for you. So I'm just going to play either this, 2 notes for you, and you're going to think, oh yeah, that's Star Wars. And that one's called a perfect 5th. If you're in Kloppel Academy, that's important to you. But either a perfect 4th, and she's going to help you know whether this was a perfect 4th or a perfect 5th. What about this one right here? Does that sound like the beginning of the wedding song or the beginning of Star Wars? All right, one last time.
Hey, that's fun. For some reason, I was expecting Star Wars, and so when I heard it, I was like, wait, that's not Star Wars.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm going with the wedding.
It is the wedding song.
Okay.
Yeah, good job. So that was a perfect 4th. Let's try another one right here. Oof, okay. Listening along at home, what do you think? That's the big. Yeah, cool. All right, one last one. Let's do this one right here. The wedding song or Star Wars? Kendra, what do you think?
I think it's a very twinkly version.
So that was Wedding Wars, which means now it's time for Mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week is from Lily May, who does her own amazing piano covers, and she says, how do I add in chord tones if my hand is too small? Well, here's the trick. When you're in level 4 or level 5, and you're trying to add in chord tones, you don't have to add in that many chord tones. Even one improves the song a whole lot. So when you're trying to add them in, just add in like one, whatever one is most convenient, and sometimes I don't even add in one. So like if it's a really fast song, or if it's a really fast part of a song, then I'll just play one note at a time, and I'll just try to like add in at least one additional note, especially right when the chord changes. Now, for a lot of people, these words mean nothing to you. So this is just for people who are like on level 3, 4, and 5, and you're like trying to add in your own notes to make your own arrangements and stuff like that. So just try adding in like one note, and then just really focus on the chord changes. So usually like the beginning of a measure, try to throw in one chord tone there. But you don't have to play all the notes that I play. I've got relatively ginormous hands, and have a lot of practice, so I play a whole bunch of extra notes just so you can see like what the possibilities are. But you're not supposed to play all those. You're just supposed to play a couple of them. So that's the mailbag, and that means all we have left is secrets.
Secret information.
And this week, in our secret information folder, in our top secret folder, we learn about our song. Oh yeah, this is actually really super important. So this thing that we're playing, this song, is almost like not even a song. Honestly, this thing right here, that right there is something called the D blues scale. So basically it's not even a song. It's just like playing like straight through the notes. It'd be like if we were playing like a C major scale, like. Actually, that is a song too, but that's a C major scale. That's like joy to the world, the Lord. So some songs are just scales, and this song is just the D blues scale. The last thing on our top secret folder, not everybody needs to know this. Not everybody would even understand this, but this song also includes something called a cash. That's a C-E-S-H, a cash. And that's this thing right here, the beginning notes on the, if we can go to the PDF, the beginning notes that we have, where we have the D, and then the C, and then the B, and then the B flat, where it just like keeps going down. It's the same exact notes, but we just take this thing and we keep going down. That's called a cash. So that's just like taking a regular chord or a regular melody and then moving that bottom note down just a little bit at a time. You can even go like half steps. You could do like. So that's all that's happening here. That's why this other part stays the same, because that's the deal with the cash, is the top part stays the same and the bottom part just moves down a little bit at a time. But not very many people understand what a cash is or what a blues scale is. But now you have the secret information, and now it's time to find out if you were the raffle winner.
Transitioning to Level 2. This may be confusing to Level 1 students, so please continue to practice the Level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out, and if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us. All right, level 2. These are going to be the exact same notes as level 1. So if you could play part of level 1, good news. This is just, it looks way, way scarier, but it's really the same exact thing. Couple things you need to know about this, though. One is that whenever we have one of these swoopy lines here, that means that those two notes are tied together. That swoopy line is called a tie. And so that's just like one big A flat. And we got a lot of ties in this song. This right here, this ties these two Fs together. So it's just one single F there. So it's kind of weird. And we're not going to go into why you use a tie, but if you're in Clapple Academy level 2, I think, is when you start running into ties and learning about why those are important. So a lot of those, all the squiggly lines that don't have like circles with letters inside of them, like that thing right there, and that thing right there, and that thing right there, those are just rests. So those are just indications that if you've never heard the song before and you're trying to figure out like at what time you're supposed to play each of the notes, that you would like take a little break right there. So, but really honestly, there's not many breaks at all in this song. So let's try this. I'm going to try counting this off again. And when I get to 1, 2, 3, 4, after 4, then we're going to start the track and we're going to try this together with these Ds right here. And real quick, the speed of the track is right here. So listen to the track. So if you're not ready to play along with that speed, that's okay. That's fine. Just come back to the video when you are ready to go about that speed. And we're going to go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, I know it's crazy fast. Sorry. And then again. And then again. Here we go. And then again. Yeah. And then guess what? Again. It's a whole lot of times through, and you probably heard in there too, there's that other part that goes da 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 da. So we haven't really done that part yet, but I think it's time. If that made sense and you were able to do that, then yeah, you're crazy. Congratulations, way to go. You've practiced a whole lot and you're ready to add in some left hand in level 3.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
Okay, congratulations. If you've done level 2, you've done level 3. All you gotta do is like that bottom note, we just gotta play that an octave lower. So wherever it goes D, you're playing a D down there. And then when your right hand plays a C, then your left hand's gonna play a C. And then when your right hand plays a B, your left hand's gonna play a B. That's right. And And then when your right hand plays a B flat, your left hand's gonna play a B flat. So it's just following that Kesh thing that we talked about earlier. The only difference is at the very, very end, if you wanted to, you could play a C on the A flat when it's coming down. So you play the D, you play the C right there, you play the B, and then you play the B flat, and then right here, play that with the A flat. That's the only difference in the whole entire thing. So all together, it would sound something like this. And then you just keep looping that over and over. So along with the track, it'd be something like this. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, go. Yeah, I think you get the idea. So maybe you do that 3 trillion times, which is really great, actually. I wish all of the tracks looped like that over and over and over, because usually if you get it one time through, like, you can't tell, like, was that because you're really that good, or were you just lucky that time? So usually, like, you want to play it, like, 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 times through perfectly to, like, prove to yourself, yeah, I didn't get lucky. I really know this song. But that's all the stuff for level 3 that you already kind of learned in level 2, so that means it's time for level 4.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
So the beautiful thing about this song is really, really repetitive. And this left-hand part is just going to like play the exact same thing, but it's going to play bum, 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 dum, 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 bum, 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 dum, dum. So it's the same exact thing as level 3, but with a little bit of rhythm. Bum, bum. Now, usually this is the part like Lily Mae was talking about where like you would add in some chord tones and stuff, but that seems kind of crazy to me because this song is crazy fast. So if you wanted to add in a chord tone, like maybe just at the beginning, like you could play something from the D minor chord during the D minor section. If this is your first time on level 4, the D minor chord, by the way, is listed on the next page. It's D's and F's and A's. So you can add in any D's and F's and A's that you want. And some people are really ambitious. They're like, I'm going to get a D and an F and an A. Good luck. But what I would recommend is on this one, if you want to start out with something, we could like maybe play this A right here, or maybe this F right here. Those are kind of like some easier ones that we could throw in. So we'd play like, take a deep breath. But I mean, you got to stretch all the way up. So I really want to use my thumb on this one so I can use my pinky on this one. So that means maybe I would throw in the chord tones up at the top instead of down here at the bottom and make that jump harder for myself. So maybe I play something like, or maybe I could play the whole chord right there. That'd be pretty cool. And then on the next one, and then maybe, or something like that. So anyway, you can just like kind of throw them in wherever you want. But the left hand is going to do basically the same exact thing it did before. Throw in those chord tones at your own peril. But I think it's time to move on to level 5.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
And of course, on level 5, we've changed everything into numbers, which in this case, I think actually makes this thing way harder. But some people prefer to start with level 5 because the numbers make more sense than the letters. All the numbers mean is that this right here would be called a number 1 instead of a C, and we would just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And if you need flats or whatever, like this one right here, then we just call, well, that one's a 6 right there. So a flat 6 would be the note just below 6, just like we had A flat before. We just call this a flat 6 instead of an A flat. So that's what your right hand would do, all the yellow part. Your left hand, of course, following the purple stuff. And if you need more help than that, then you can go to learnpianolive.com/level5. But I think I'm going to try to call out the numbers as we go. This is a terrible idea. Why would I say that out loud? 2, 2, 2, 6, flat 6, 5, 4, 2, 5, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2. Nope, I can't do it at all. I can barely say the actual words. But that's kind of the idea, is 2, 2, 2, 6, flat 6, 5, 4, 2, 4, 5, 1, 1, 2, 6. And this right here is a natural sign. So that just means that, like, don't worry. I know we told you to play a flat 6 before, just a little while ago, but this one's not a flat 6. This is just a regular old natural 6. But then right after that, they're like, oh, tricked you. Now this one's going to be a flat 6. So this is a natural 6. This is a flat 6. That's what that symbol means. And so you run into the same thing right there and right there. And later on, too, you also have a flat 7, but we've already talked about how to get through those. So because I can't say the numbers out loud, then I'm just going to skip that part and show you this bonus section down here. If you want all of the layers of the entire song, all of the different sections that go on top of each other, then you want the bonus section. I think it's like 5 pages long. It's something crazy. It is extremely repetitive, but it does have the entire guitar solo and all that stuff in there. So if you're a level 4 person, you're like, hey, you didn't give me all the parts. I gave you all the parts. It's all in there. It's kind of crazy, but we're not going to try to mess with all of that. That'll be something that you can do on your own. And if you need help with this or anything else, as always, reach out. I'm right here. If you're a subscriber, then send me a video of you playing whatever it is that you have a question about, and I'll be happy to help you out one-on-one with whatever your projects are, even if it's not one of the songs that we've ever done. We might decide that we want to do it after you work on it. But let me know. Reach out. Send us your videos. What's that? It is no, yeah, it is goodbye. Yeah, okay. So, next week we're doing overtime. Hey, great, you're still here, so you must want more. Well, I've got 4 things for you: archives, practice tips, points, and jokes. First of all, if you didn't like this week's song, I'm sorry, and you can always go to learnpianolive.com/next song and vote for what our next song should be. And right now you can go to the Kids Lesson Archives and just pick a different song and work on that this week. Now you probably don't have the whole song down yet, so what you can do is, this helps a lot of people, just next time pretend that you're the in-studio student and that in level 3 and level 5 we're going to be checking in with you and you've got to play at least some of the songs. I find that my students that come in and they're the in-studio students, they actually learn the songs way faster than they learn their regular songs I give them in their regular lessons. So if you just pretend that you're the in-studio student and that someone's going to be watching you, then that might help a lot. Also, you have the practice log that you can send in for extra points, and that can help you practice. And there's the daily challenge where you get extra points for logging your practice time there as well. Just click on daily challenge and it will play a video that doesn't have any sound really. You just practice, and then every now and then you'll hear a sound like this.
The number 7.
And then once you collect all of the letters and numbers, then you just put them in and you submit that, and you get points for doing that, and you get better because in between all those letters and numbers, you're practicing your song from the week. Of course, once you know the song, then definitely record yourself on your mom's cell phone or on your tablet or on whatever, and use the video submission button, and so you can send us your video that way and get points for that as well. You might even become the featured video for the week. All right, so let's move on to points. Here's the different ways you can get points. You can get up to 50 points just for participating in the chat in the live lesson. You get 300 points on top of that if you are the person in the chat room that week who makes the most helpful comments during the chat. That daily music challenge thing that I told you about, every day when you click on that and you submit the secret code, 150 points just for doing that. Every song comes with a practice log, and if you fill that out and have your parents sign it and you send that in, that's worth 300 points right there. Each week on Facebook and in the email that we send you, we give you a new weekly activity. It's just a fun little maze or puzzle or something to do. It doesn't really have much to do with music, but it does have something to do with that week's song, and it has something to do with getting you 150 points. Then if you click on survey at the end of the lesson and you fill that out and give us some feedback about the song, then we've given out up to 500 points before for great comments and feedback in the survey. Of course, submit your videos of you playing. Almost every video that gets submitted earns at least 200 points, even if it's not perfect. I guess work on it a little bit, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to be perfect. Here's another one. Every single month at learnpianolive.com/contest, we have a contest and usually give out at least 400 points, and oftentimes there are other gift cards and other prizes included in that contest. Okay, now we're getting into some big numbers. If you ever go to a concert that is classical music or it's classic jazz, which means like swing and bebop and stuff like that, you can ask your parents if it's a classic jazz concert. Then you get 500 points just by having your parents let us know what concert you attended. Now I keep asking you to send us your videos, and almost always you get points right up front for submitting those videos. Don't forget to put the legal disclaimer on your video. You have to say at the beginning, this is for use at kidslearnpianolive.com. But here's an additional way to pick up 750 points. If later on, a month down the road, a year down the road, 5 years down the road, if one of the videos that you submit to us ever gets 1,000 views, send us the link to your video. We will give you 750 points. Okay, but is there anything that I could do that's worth thousands of points? Yes, there is. If you're in Clopple Academy, every time you go from level 1 to level 2, or level 2 to level 3, every single time you level up, you get 3,000 points. And that's not even the biggest one. You get 5,000 points every single time someone signs up for kidslearnpianolive.com and they say that you are the one who sent it here. Okay, last thing before I say goodbye. For real, I told you that I would tell you my favorite joke, and here it is. A butcher backs up into his meat grinder and gets a little behind in his work. Gets a little behind in his work because he's a butcher. It's funny, trust me, it's awesome. If you didn't think it was funny, that's fine. But go to learnpianolive.com/jokes and you can see some of our students' favorite jokes and you can submit your own. I think that's finally it. I will see you in another live lesson. Love ya. Good luck. Have fun.